Greetings. Elder Blacklight. We still on the subject, mind versus money versus land and resources. Now, this brother right here, he's an asset to our community because he reports on white supremacy on a regular basis, which is cool because we need brothers like him, which we do. We do have a lot of brothers like him, but this brother's been consistent with his. And right now he's in Detroit, and he's talking about an incident that happened not too long ago. And anyway, this is why we got to have block clubs, and then we got to have a networking of block clubs. And we'll get into that in a few, but I want you to check this out.
Speaking to another cop, and you had a black police officer in the car as well. And while the two cops are having a conversation, you have this white supremacist cop start using racial slurs about black people while a black police officer is in the car. Let's go ahead and roll that clip.
A white Detroit police officer under investigation and transferred to another precinct after allegedly using racial slurs in the hearing of other officers. Sources tell Fox 2 it happened a few weeks ago. A white officer from the second precinct was on a video call with the officer in question. Sources tell me at some point in their conversation, the officer said something to the effect of, quote, "I'm tired of these expletive N-words." Also in that scout car, a black officer who overheard that conversation. He grabbed the phone and asked the white officer what he said. The officer allegedly replied, "You heard me," and then repeated the N-word 4 more times.
The N-word is troubling that a person would not only use it but repeat it, make it clear what he is trying to convey.
We spoke with Willie Bell and Darrell Brown, both sit on the Board of Police Commissioners, DPD civilian oversight body.
I was very upset about hearing this type of behavior is going on in the department, especially during a time that's critical right now that the department and all are mourning the loss of one of our officers.
DPD says it's aware of the incident and is investigating it. The officer has been moved from the 9th precinct, where he was working when he purportedly made the comments, to the 7th. The alleged FaceTime conversation is the latest in a long line of racist incidents within the department.
Go ahead and roll that clip.
White people are crazy as fuck. Can you see her? Do y'all see her? Do y'all really see her? Like, so if I beat her ass, then what? If I knock her ass out, you have 3 seconds to get out of my way. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Move out of the way.
1.
Nana, please.
Tell her to move. I'm gonna whoop your grandmother's ass. 2. Can you please move, please? Can you move, ma'am?
No, I'm not. I'm not letting you in this building. Who are you talking to on that phone? Is it a resident of this building? Is it a resident of this building?
Here's an old ass woman, guys. Tell your nana to get her ass out of...
Now, what we see is an increase of white people seem like they're going out to lunch, but what it is the messenger said that there will be an increase in Ku Klux Klan merging into positions like Klan merging into positions like police, mayors. You know, they traded the sheet in for suit and tie for the blue uniform. They got a network, secret network, that they conjugate on that we don't know about. Black people don't know about it. But those who are in the clique of the white supremacists on the top notch, they communicate with each other. This is why it's important to have these block clubs, so you could tell who's in your neighborhood, who's the elements in your neighborhood, you know, that might cause some trouble. So we got to have block clubs that network with other block clubs. Check this out. Not just in Detroit, but you know, around the nation.
There's some people in Chicago that never seen a block club sign, really. Have never seen a block club, don't know what block clubs are, right? I need your help over the next 8 months, because we're going to take these block club signs on a journey. We're going to take them on a journey where we're going to educate the world about the importance of viewing democracy from the block level outward as opposed to a big city level inward. A few of the ways we want to help create change are to update the block club signs, right? A lot of the block club signs are physically decaying. You can't even read the signs anymore, right? A lot of the slogans are outdated. They say no this, no loitering, no looting. We want to change those no's to yes. Yes to safety. Yes to inclusivity, right? Yes to settling differences amongst each other before you involve other people, right? Yes. You can be painting a fence, making a community garden. We want to connect you guys to volunteers that are going to help implement that change with you.
Responsibility to do what it does, but the church has a responsibility in the community to do something. That when your church is in a community, in that surrounding area, you got to get out there not just to get people to come to church or to food lines and stuff like that, but in this season, with all this property available, you need to buy it. We don't want to get a picket sign and say, hell no, drugs must go. If you buy the house, drugs are gone. If you buy the house, gang banging is gone. If you buy the house, then he who owns the land makes the rules, and that's exactly what we've done. Our membership is probably about 600-700 with a couple of hundred people that's showing up on Sunday. So we're not talking about a mega church there. It's not a whole lot of people there. On Sundays, we're looking at a couple of hundred people, but from that couple of hundred people, we've been able to get, so far, 22 families to move back into the church. This block was totally empty for the most part. You had a few people that were staying here. All the other people that are on here, that are still here, actually joined our church.
Now that brother right there is an example of what I'm talking about. Church in the community, supporting the community, buying up property, keeping it up. You know, that's a church. That's what they're supposed to do. So you can't knock that. Brothers talking about church is the ills or the problem. Not all churches. You know, they got some black conscious church people, whatever, that think black, and they got some progressive church people that think about saving the community. And this is what I say about the NOI, the followers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I mean, was getting ready to come down. It's going to be a test, you know, to see where your heart is at. It would behoove you to unite with the followers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, especially here in Detroit, and get communities, you know, have the members, have the believers move around each other in the same vicinity, around the temple or the mosque, whatever you want to call it, and start opening businesses. Going to a neighborhood, you know, here in Detroit, you can get houses for $1, houses for whatever, $5. But if you pull your resources together, you can get those houses in close proximity and start a housing bank, a food bank, buy some of them lots. You could build on the lots. You could put a farm on the lots. You can put an open air market on the lots where you can sell used stuff and whatever, you know. We're going to talk about it some more. But I want you to see one more other thing.
I'm going to show you one way poor people can buy land with no money. Let's go! Welcome to Becky's Homestead. Desire to buy land. You really want a homestead for you and your family, but you have no money, you have bad credit or no credit, and you just feel hopeless. Well, I'm here to tell you there is a way you can do it, and I know because I did it, and now I'm mortgage free. This is the perfect time of year to get started because you're going to be using your tax return, so don't touch it. Okay, step one is you're going to scour the papers. I found when I was doing this, the little local papers just had the best deals. And what I did is, if you live in this county, obviously you're going to get the papers in your county, but cross the line into...
Time is running out on this bill. We got to cut it that one short, but we're going to continue on the next video about this land up here in Michigan, these houses in Michigan, and we're trying to get brothers and sisters from all over the nation to come up here to Detroit. You ain't got to live here, but you can invest and spread out a little bit. This is Black Light. We'll go out with some music. Be back. Catch that vibe.